Good evening and welcome to the UEFA Champions League knockout playoff second legs. Tonight, places in the round of 16 are on the line, and we're starting with one of the biggest fixtures in European football. After a goalless draw at Old Trafford, Bayern Munich and Manchester United meet again at the Allianz Arena with everything still to play for. One will progress, one will go home. Bayern Munich versus Manchester United is next.
Let's get straight now to this coverage here for this matchup between Bayern Munich and Manchester United, as this matchup at the Allianz Arena is up next. So anyway, here we go. It's Man United playing here away from home at Germany. There's a lot to play for here for these two clubs. Well, we have to wait and see on who will really come up on top in this matchup. But yeah, as of now, we know that these two clubs march to this pitch side and they'll play each other in the second leg. It's 0-0 going into this leg after that Old Trafford matchup from last week. Let's see if Bayern could do it here at the Allianz Arena. And let's get now to the anthem of the Champions League. Now Bayern Munich will start things first here with the handshakes of their whole of the United team. Accompanies the manager, Neuer in goal. As from last game, you've got Kimmich, got Michael Olise as well. Obviously Acuna as well, Leon Goretzka playing as well, Warner, Luis Diaz, and also Ritz up front for Bayern Munich up front for them. But as of for Manchester United, they've still got a very strong side, a top side in this game. They are looking for something magical if they can go through here against Bayern Munich. It's not going to be an easy game though, because Bayern's a tough place to go and get a result. Especially Nana in goal might be a little bit of an issue maybe in terms of keeping balls away from the goal, obviously, from Man United's goalkeeping. But Nana's in goal though. You've got Mazziari, De Ligt, you've got Martinez as well, you've got Ugarte, Bruno Fernandes, Cunha as well, and you've also got up front with Bryan Bremo, and also up front is Rasmus Højlund up front for United. And speaking about Ruben Alvarez United in the Premier League, not looking great at the moment. They are in the 8th position in the outside the European places, not doing very, very good though, as they are the defending champions of the Premier League from last season though. They're not having a very pretty season, not very good at all. But could they try and continue their form in this rounds of the Champions League for this season, since they had a very good year from last campaign? Now Mazziari, now good run from him, cross into the box, and it's gone right into the keeper's hands there to Manuel Neuer. Now is Goretzka, now Joshua Kimmich. Now Luis Diaz. Now is Witz. And now Joshua Kimmich. Now Michael Olise, shot, rebound, back in again, feet again, another good save again. And now here's Upamecano. Now great run from looks like Acuna. Now Dorgu. Now Cunha. Bruno Fernandes. Now here's Mazziari. Now Warner. Now to Upamecano. Great run for Joshua Kimmich. Now here's Michael Olise. Now to Lamar. Shoots. Lamar scores. And Manchester United are behind against, obviously, with Bayern Munich in front. and Man United are behind, and Conrad Lamar scores. Brilliant goal for Bayern though, brilliant finish, and they're behind on aggregate now, Man United, and they could be heading out of the UEFA Champions League. This is not great for them. They can move into the knockouts of the round of 16 for Bayern Munich, in fact, if it stays like this, but not looking good for obviously Man United, however, whatsoever. But we see what happens from here now. So 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Now Bruno Fernandes. Now here's to Lisandro Martinez. Great run. Now here again now to Cunha, now to Lamar. Now here's Witz. Great run for Witz. On the way here now. There's a goalkeeper there. Witz now shoots. Witz scores. And that is now the score there to make it 2-0 to Bayern Munich in the game. And things have gone bad to worse. Not planned at all greatly for Man United. However, they come here to Germany to turn up and give them a game. They've given away 2 goals already. Not looking good here for Bayern Munich to give them a bad chance here for Man United not to do anything here. Bayern's been all over them. Not looking good for Man U, but good things for Bayern though, dominating them throughout from start to finish hopefully here. And Ruben Alvarez doesn't know what he's doing on the touchline. Not looking great for him though, however. Now here's Bruno Fernandes. Now here's a chance here from Acuna. Good defending now. And now Lamar. Scored already today, Conrad Lamar. Now Joshua Kimmich now to Warner. Now Warner now to Witz. Now Witz to Leon Goretzka. Now Luis Diaz to go and shoot. Save from Onana. Clearance away there from Manchester United. We've got, let's say, not long to go until half time. But here's Michael Olise. Another save there from Onana. Cross into the box. Header away. Now here's Marco Olise. Nearly half time here. Rasmus Højlund. Could be a chance of a Witz. Now Warner. Now here's Guerrero. Now Witz. And that's going to be that for the end of half time. And the score at half time, ladies and gentlemen, it ends here at the break as Bayern Munich are running riot at half time. The score here as Munich 2, Manchester United 0 at half time. So here we go, we're now back in now for the second half, and can Bayern carry on this fight here even further? 2-0 to Bayern though. Now Luis Diaz. Good defending, but okay, foul has been given here. Now Lenny Yoro now has got the yellow card. Now here's Joshua Kimmich. Now Upamecano. Now Warner. Michael Olise. Has a finish maybe. Diaz. Offside. Offside by the way. Substitution here. Kingsley Coman will be substituted on the field. And off the field here we have is Warner. Obviously Vincent Kompany right there just subs him off. Now here's to Matthias de Ligt. Now Dorgu. Now here's Ugarte. Now here's Witz. Great run here from Diaz. Gerska. Now here's Hoyland. Good chip there now to Mabremo, the shoot, save the Cunha, the goal there from Acuna. They got a goal back in the game here for Manchester United. Maybe, just maybe, there's a chance maybe United might come back here from this, especially away from home. But I've got to guarantee you that there, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. United, of course, are slightly getting back in the game. Slightly. Not dramatically, but slightly, because Neuer could not save that. So that is a save, but the goal went into his own net though. Obviously Ruben Almiron, the coach, obviously was celebrating, but not as quiet. Now here's Gerska. Now Witz. Now here's Diaz. Gerska, Diaz. And now here's Guerrero now to Joshua Kimmich. Coman now to Michael Olise. And now Dorgu. Great run here now for Manchester United. Great run here now to, again, pass there to Hoyland. And a goal for Manchester United! From being 2-0 down to make it 2-2. This might go to extra time, this might go to extra time between Manchester United and Bayern Munich. This is fantastic, this is absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to lie to you. This has been a very good game of football here at the Allianz Arena. And Ruben Almiron is clinching tight to keep themselves alive in this Champions League competition. Because this season the Premier League has been really dreadful to not be anywhere in that top 4 or 5 in the league, and currently in 8th position in the Premiership. And they had a very poor season so far, but this might be a little bit of a lifeline for Man United and make a miracle out of this one in the knockout playoffs. Now Kingsley Coman. Great run here from Coman. All the way to Gerska, shoots, clearance away. Now all the way to Lehmer. Now Lehmer now. Gerska. Gnabry. Now all the way here now to De Ligt. Now Nana clears it away here for Manchester United. We might have to go to extra time here if it stays like this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Unless they score from now until the 90 minutes. Here's Diaz. Here's Gerska. All the way there to, again, now Ugarte. Any second now, the whistle's going to blow here for full time. 2 minutes to go. Great run. Now Brian Abremo now. Maybe a goal here. United might win this game here. Maybe a penalty might be given here, but no. Luckily it could have been a penalty. It could have been a real late challenge. But I think it might have to go to extra time between Bayern and United though, because the average scores the exact the same. 2-2. The first leg they drew 0-0, so you can't split the two teams. Clearance away from Bayern though. And that's going to be that for full time, and we are going to extra time in this round of knockout playoffs here of the Champions League second leg. The two teams will examine themselves in this extra time period, and the score is 2-2 on the break here at the end of the game. Where we're back now to extra time here between Bayern Munich and also Manchester United. But United, of course, are holding on this lifeline to stay in this competition after, during this season has been very, very poor for them. They want to try and make amends, of course, if they can. Here's now to Gnabry. Now here's Kimmich. Now is Kingsley Coman. Now here's Serge Gnabry. On the attack here now for Bayern Munich here. This is going to be over here for Bayern United. A goal there from Bishop. And that's a good goal there from Tom Bishop. And that's a brilliant goal. That's now 3-2 now. And now United are behind on aggregate. They are behind on aggregate, as we are seeing now in this game. This is very, very poor from United though, to give themselves that Bayern Munich an opportunity to score from this rebound save though. Doesn't look great at all on the shoulders of Bayern Munich. So anyway, 3-2 to Bayern in the matchup. The score, by the way. Okay, that's going to be now thrown here for Manchester United. Dorgu, header away. Good run here from Luis Diaz. Diaz now on the run. Header there from Bayern though to make it 4-2, but we are going to extra time, half time. So we've got another 15 minutes left of the game and then we'll wrap it up there. If Bayern can hang on this 3-2 lead at extra time at the moment. And let's get straight now into the second half of extra time here. Here's Lehmer. Now Pavlovic, he comes on the field. Leon Goretzka now to Joshua Kimmich. Now here's Garnacho comes on the pitch as well. Substitution should be made for United though, but they are behind. Now here's Diaz. Oh, here's Coman. It's 4-2 Bayern Munich there. That is poor, that is from Man United though. It is definitely game over though, because that is definitely sums it up. Even the fans are on the pitch here, and the referee and the police and the stewards are trying to get them onto the stands, because they are over the top. They are, the Bayern fans here. That 4-2 goal will definitely send them now into the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. What a goal for Kingsley Coman. Nice finish though, nice finish. And I think now it's all over now. I don't think United will be anywhere back in this game, I don't think, personally. Being an intense game though, it's been all over the place this game though still, but Bayern have definitely got this advantage now to go through to the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. Now, here's De Ligt. Bruno Fernandes. Now Garnacho. Now he's all the way to it. Oh my god, an own goal! How much as soon as a goal here? Disallowed. Oh, he did hit Rasmus Højlund after all, but it was ruled as offside. And there you go, it's going to be a free kick, by the way, for Bayern Munich. And there you have it, that's the end of that game so far, by the way. As it is all being confirmed that Manchester United have been knocked out of the UEFA Champions League. And that means Bayern are through to the round of 16 of the competition. And the full-time score is Bayern 4, United 2.
That's the final whistle at the Allianz Arena. Bayern Munich 4, Manchester United 2. A thrilling night in Munich, and it's Bayern who book their place in the UEFA Champions League round of 16. Manchester United battled hard and had their moments, but Bayern's quality in the final third proved decisive. The German giants progress, while United's European journey comes to an end. And now we head to Villa Park, where Aston Villa look to finish the job against PSV Eindhoven after taking a 1-0 advantage from the first leg in the Netherlands. Can Unai Emery's side complete the task in front of their own supporters, or can PSV produce a dramatic comeback? Aston Villa versus PSV Eindhoven is next.
And anyway, here we are for this matchup underway. We have got Aston Villa going head to head in this game here against PSV Eindhoven. And that match is up next. And here we are for this coverage here between Aston Villa and PSV Eindhoven. We are live in Birmingham, by the way, for this game. And can Villa hold out this 1-0 advantage to send that into them to qualify into the last 16 of the UEFA Champions League? Or unless PSV Eindhoven might do something seriously here and go on to score 2 away goals here at Villa Park. There is a lot to play for between these two sides. But now let's get to the anthem first of the Champions League. Now we do have the two teams get themselves prepared for this game, as we have Aston Villa going toe to toe with PSV, and obviously they've got a good side at Tielemans. You've got John McGinn, Morgan Rogers, who scored that goal against PSV in the first leg from last week, and this will be a very entertaining, interesting game we might see and anticipate, if that's so. But as of for PSV Eindhoven, we do have here is a strong side. Obviously, can they come back from being behind by 1-0 and turn the tables around? That is the question. That is the ultimate question. But yeah, the two clubs are ready, and Villa are holding that as 1-0 advantage if they can. So here we go. Let's get this coverage underway between Aston Villa and PSV. And here we go. And now is Plea. Now is Dest. And now Charlton. Now is Shabiari. Verman. John McGinn. Now Yuri Tielemans. Now Morgan Rogers. Now Morgan Rogers now on the front foot here now for Aston Villa. Shot here and it's gone right in the keeper's hands. And now Kovlia now the ball. Header. Now John McGinn. Yuri Tielemans. Now here's to Jacob Ramsey here. Could be a goal, it could be, and it's gone to the keeper's hand, nice and comfortable. Now Verman. And now here's Van Bommel now for PSV. Now Plea. Now to Perisic and scores. And it's now 1-0 to PSV Eindhoven. And what an extremely fantastic goal right here for him. Obviously for PSV Eindhoven. And the score in the game is 1 apiece on aggregate. And 1-0 to PSV away from home in this actual game. That is huge. Very huge. Ivan Perisic, the Croatian, has scored for PSV to make the aggregate score level in this matchup so far. Not looking good for Aston Villa maybe, so they can still get back and win this game. They're at home. They've got no excuses to lose here after that 1-0 great result from last week. Now Tillemans, now John McGinn. Now Ollie Watkins. Now Ramsey. Now Watkins here, he goes and shoots for Villa, and that could have been 1-1, it could have been. Very close. Massive chance though for PSV to go back behind again and Villa to get themselves back in front on aggregate. But it's going to be a goal kick here in this game. So let's see what happens from here now. Short pass there now to Junior. And now all the way now to Junior now again. And all the way now to, looks like from Concia. Now Torres, Perisic, Tillemans, Verman. And now Salah, now again, here's to Dest. Gone to the keeper now again. Now a header. Now here's Morgan Rogers with the ball. And now here's to Yuri Tillemans. And Lucas Digne now to John McGinn. Good defending, no cover. And now here's Schouten. Shoots, but it's gone to the keeper's hands. Now Ollie Watkins. Near to the end of the first half of this matchup here. Now here's Verman. And now Verman. Perisic. And that's going to be that for half time in this matchup. And the score in this game at the break here. PSV lead the matchup though. But on aggregate the score is 1 apiece here at half time so far between Aston Villa and PSV Eindhoven. And now we're back. Let's get straight now to the coverage here between Aston Villa and PSV. Now all the way here now to Jacob Ramsey now, John McGinn now, here's to Ramsey. Header now, balancing away a little bit, now Yarrick. Now Plea. Now John McGinn. And now Yuri Tillemans now to John McGinn here. Shot there, gone to the keeper's hands. Now Yarrick. Now Verman. Now Van Bommel. And now is Sabiari. Now here's to Kamara. Now here's Watkins. What a shot though from Watkins here. But it's gone to Kovar in his hands. Now here's Flamingo now for PSV. Now Dest. Now is to Plea. Now to Dest. Now here's to Perisic. And that's a massive finish right there from Ivan Perisic. That's an amazing goal to make it 2-0 to Perisic here for PSV. That's a massive goal, that is, though. You're not going to lie about this. This is massive finish. And that's a massive, real proper goal, though, to put PSV in the lead on aggregate. Villa might be heartbroken. Villa could be out of the Champions League, despite the efforts from the game at Eindhoven from last week to lead that game in the first leg of the Champions League. That 1-goal lead to take away from the Netherlands. PSV Eindhoven has scored 2 away goals in Birmingham here in the second leg, and it looks like heartbreak could happen for Villa in this matchup to be head out of the Champions League, like Man United have done also here tonight against Bayern. And now here's Junior, all the way for a shot here. Oh, could have been a chance for PSV there to score. And that was very close, by the way. Leon Bailey comes on the field. Ramsey comes off. The substitution from both sides in this game. And this is going to be almost over here, by the way, this matchup. Short pass to the concierge. Now, Ferran Torres. Yeah, here's John McGinn. Now, Plee. And now Sabiabi. Now, Plee. We've got 15 minutes left of the game to go. Now goes and shoots here. Clearance. Now here's Plee. Now Matty Cash. Now John McGinn. Now John McGinn. Now John McGinn. Now Junior. Now Verman. Now Foreign's going to be given now again. Now is Verman now on the attack. Now is Van Bommel. Now Van Bommel now the ball here now again. Ferran Torres. And that's going to be that for the end of the matchup for full time. And PSV are through into the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. Massive win for PSV. Superb for them to go through and knock Villa out here in the second leg of the Champions League, and they're through to the last 16 of the Champions League for next month. And the full-time score is Villa 1, PSV 2.
It's the final whistle at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, PSV Eindhoven 2. And what a result for PSV. After trailing 1-0 from the first leg, the Dutch side have turned the tie around with a superb performance away from home. It's heartbreak for Aston Villa, whose Champions League journey comes to an end tonight in front of their own supporters. Villa gave everything, but PSV were clinical when it mattered and fully deserved their place in the round of 16. For Aston Villa, it's disappointment. For PSV Eindhoven, it's a famous European night. And now we head across Europe for the remaining results and reaction as the race for the UEFA Champions League round of 16 continues.
A nice hold up here from Jan Kucheta with the ball here for Sparta Prague. Great counter attack here from Victor Olatunji. And then all the way there again, all the way to Kucheta again. Nice little lob there to Olatunji to score, and he did do that. And Sparta Prague have scored. But the moment now, the aggregate score now is 4-3 to FC Barcelona. They've got to get another goal, they've got to get to try and make sure they really balance the aggregate score with Barcelona's in this matchup. But the score is 1-0 to Sparta Prague. And FC Barcelona have got themselves that magical goal right here to make it 1-1 in the game. And now the score is 5-3 now to FC Barcelona. As what a goal there for Lamine Lamel. And now it's one apiece. And this 1-1 draw between Sparta Prague and Barcelona ends as a 5-3 result here for Barca. And a big counter-attack here from, looks like FC Porto in this matchup. Really pushing through. They're 1-0 up in aggregate already. And then Corona all the way to Pepe. Pepe on the run. Pepe goes and shoots and scores. And now FC Porto lead again extendedly now to 2-0 in the game here for tonight so far. And then FC Porto obviously gave themselves another chance to score here to make it 2-0 in the game and 3-0 in aggregate. And definitely now I think Inter Milan will be heading out of the UEFA Champions League. And they'll be definitely going through now into the next round of the round of 16 of the competition. Because Galeno lobbed the goalie right here for Inter. And it's now 2-0 in the game. And the full-time score is FC Porto 2, Inter Milan 0, and Porto win 3-0 on aggregate. An amazing counter-attack here, looks like from Galatasaray in fact, to try and get themselves another goal in the game here. And unfortunately wasn't the case though, because Benfica on the attack here for themselves here against Galatasaray. As all the way there to Pavlidis, the Greek striker, to score and finish it into that top corner. And now the score is 1 apiece between Benfica and Galatasaray here within 70 minutes of the matchup. The game did go into penalties, by the way, between Benfica and Galatasaray, as that shot there hit the post. And then right there for Trabin to shoot, and was denied a miss, as Arnies also had a chance to score against Galatasaray's goalkeeper, but was saved. And then Frankowski had a chance here to score for Galatasaray, and was a goal, and it's 1-0 Galatasaray. And then again for Benfica, as Alter Kiolo shoots and makes it 1 apiece here for Benfica. And then Mario Lemina tries to make it 2-1 for Galatasaray, and it was a miss, right into the crowd. And then is Guvela for Benfica, has a shot and was denied as well, and it's still 1-1 on penalties here. And now is Sadiar with the ball, and it was a save right down the middle here. And then obviously that Benfica shoots and scores to make it 2-1 against Galatasaray. And then this penalty here had to be a goal for Galatasaray. Unless Benfica's goalkeeper saves it, then Benfica will go through into the round of 16 of the Champions League. And it was a goal for Galatasaray to make it 2-2. And then Otamendi for Benfica takes the next penalty here, and he has a shot and he scores it to make it 3-2. But this one here for Galatasaray has to be the goal for Yilmaz. He was the one who scored that goal against Benfica in the first leg of the Champions League. But here right now against Benfica on penalties, it was a save, and Benfica will go through into the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. Because a great save there for the Benfica goalkeeper, and now the Portuguese go through into the next round of the Champions League. And also that means that Galatasaray unfortunately could not get that job done, and obviously get themselves through themselves in that round of 16, as it ends 3-2 on penalties here for Benfica in the matchup here for tonight. Olympique de Marseille scored the first opening goal in the matchup to make it 1 apiece just before half time. As what a goal right there from Mugahe for Marseille, and that's now 1 apiece here between them and PSG. And then PSV have got themselves this goal to make it 1-1 to 2-1 on aggregate, as Bateaha passed the ball to Dembele. Then Dembele shoots and scores, and now the score is 2-1 to PSG in the matchup. As what a goal right here from Ousmane Dembele, as now the score is 2-1. Nice perfect run here for Hakimi for PSG. Nice control all the way to João Neves, and then Dembele has a shot and he hits it into the goal, and now it's 3-1 aggregate here for PSG. Now they're definitely running on right here in this matchup, definitely for sure, and they're definitely favourites now to go through into the round of 16. And now hold the ball here from Marseille, as Reali now to Garcia, to Gomez, Dembele. All the way there, has a shot, and he does nicely. And now the score is 3-1 and 4-1 aggregate. And definitely for sure now, this has been a heavy scoreline here on aggregate here for PSG. What a finish there from Ousmane Dembele. It's 4-1 on aggregate. And then Marseille got themselves a goal back in the matchup as Angel Gomez on the attack here, and then shoots. And then right into the roof of the net here. That is now 3-2 to PSG and 4-2 on aggregate. And a nice goal there from Angel Gomez there. And we all know that Marseille will definitely obviously head out of this Welsh UEFA Champions League. And but again, they got themselves a goal back in the matchup. But there you have it. It's 3-2. PSG sneakily go through into the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. Ousmane Dembele was the winning goal scorer in this matchup, and definitely a hat-trick was well deserved by Ousmane Dembele's point of view. But the score at full time was Marseille 2, PSG 3, but PSG do go through 4-2 on aggregate overall in the second leg. And a nice good goal here from Ginola in the matchup here. They are behind by 2-0 against Bilbao, but great attack here for Ginola. As again, good pass there now to Komodo on the attack here for Ginola. And he has a shot and it was saved. And then again, what a finished rebound there for the Romanian in the matchup here. As what a goal there from Stanjucu to score it, by the way, for Ginola. As is now 2-1 on aggregate. And then a nice attack here from Ginola here as Alberson all the way to again to Stanucci again to score another goal here for Ginola. And now it's a comeback from being 2-0 down behind to make it 2-2 in the game. Within half an hour of the matchup, Ginola done quite well to score 2 goals to put themselves level on aggregate here to Bilbao. Game on here against them and Bilbao in this matchup. But Ginola might be 2-2 on aggregate after this 2-0 comeback here. But this goal for Bilbao was crucial for them, for a chance for them to qualify 3-2 on aggregate. As Nico Williams, great pass there to Sanchez, back to Nico Williams. And then Williams there shoots in the bottom corner, and nice finish right there from Nico Williams. And that 3-2 aggregate lead will definitely send Bilbao packing into that round of 16 of the Champions League for next month. And that is bad for Patrick Vieira, for his team of Ginola to be crushing out of the UEFA Champions League in the knockout playoff rounds, because that goal right there from Nico Williams was a perfect one in the matchup to make sure, even though that they might have lost the game here tonight, they've got that late goal there to put themselves 3-2 in the matchup. But yeah, pure disappointment right here for Patrick Vieira and the rest of the Genoa team. They could have got this game to extra time. It could have been between them and Bilbao at full time. But at the same time, that late goal from Nico Williams changed everything for Bilbao. But they're through into the round of 16 for next month. Full time, 2-1, but 3-2 to Bilbao on aggregate.
Welcome back. The knockout playoffs are complete and the round of 16 lineup is now confirmed. Bayern Munich, Aldous Antlers, Barcelona, FC Porto, Benfica, Paris Saint-Germain, PSV Eindhoven and Athletic Bilbao all progress to the next stage. And the round of 16 draw has produced some mouth-watering ties. Bayern Munich face Manchester City, Barcelona take on Liverpool, Porto meet Real Madrid, and Athletic Bilbao will play Arsenal. Aldous Antlers continue their European adventure against Wilhoven Knights, while Benfica face Tayo Red Devils. PSG meet Olympiacos and PSV Eindhoven take on Atletico Madrid. 16 clubs remain. One dream remains alive. I'm Richard Keys. Good night, and we'll see you for the UEFA Champions League round of 16.